Hello, everyone. This is Eric again from Canadian Geographic Education, and we're excited to be back again for another live event in our third year of the Marine Month program, created in partnership with the Canadian Marine Careers Foundation. Marine Month is all about meeting the amazing people who work in Canada's marine industry and learning more about their careers and journeys to get where they are today. So thank you, everyone who's joining us today. We have some students watching from provinces across the country. And we're glad you're here. So stay tuned. In about 10 minutes, you'll have a chance to ask questions directly to our invited guest today. So we'll also be doing a little Kahoot quiz at the end as well. So I'll be sharing the pin for that a little bit later on the screen and in the chat. So let's get started. So today we are joined by Sailor First Class Drake McNeil from the Royal Canadian Navy. So the Royal Canadian Navy plays a vital role in protecting Canada's coasts, supporting international missions and humanitarian assistance. So Drake is here to give us a firsthand look at what life is really like in the Navy and to answer your questions about working at sea and serving in Canada's maritime forces. So let's bring him on. Welcome, Drake. Hi. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Well, just to start, can you tell us where you're joining us from today?
Currently serving aboard HMCS Fredericton, posted in Halifax.
Fantastic. Well, maybe could you tell us a little bit more about the Royal Canadian Navy and its main role here in Canada and around the world?
Of course. We're a branch of the Canadian Armed Forces, and our overall goal will be to protect Canada and its national interests. But we can also be tasked out to help with humanitarian aid, whether it's fighting the forest fires in Newfoundland, helping anyone anywhere that needs help, whether it be food relief down in the Caribbean, so on and so forth, or helping with anti-piracy and smuggling.
Okay, all very important tasks. So what is your role as Sailor First Class? Well, what are some of your key responsibilities, and maybe could you tell us something people might not realize about your job?
Me specifically, I'm a naval combat information operator. So I take all of the information on the ship and digest it to make it presentable for someone to immediately look at it and understand what's going on and to communicate that information with everyone else. My role as Sailor First Class is to be one of the senior personnel, but below leadership. So I'll be the workhorse of the team, specifically. I'll be helping the juniors learn their tasks to continue on with their careers, and I'll assist the senior leadership.
Okay, fantastic. And so when you're on deployment, I guess at sea, who else would you typically work with? What does sort of teamwork look like in your role?
Specifically for me, I work in the operations room. So I'll be working with naval electronic sensor operators. They're the ones that are specialized for electronic warfare, as well as operating our guns and missile systems. Okay. We'll also be working with the sonar team. So they're the ones that are the experts at everything under the water. And we'll be working with the officers, helping them make their decisions.
Okay, so I understand, Navy life, it can involve obviously travel, changing schedules, time away from home, that kind of thing. How do you balance work with, free time or family life, personal time?
I mean, that always comes down to the individual. Me, I love being out there. The ship and the crew are my family, so I don't really have too much of a separation anxiety with my family and whatnot. But we all have internet. It's easy to keep in contact with everyone. There's also a recreation room on the ship, so there's always a means of getting entertainment, whether it's watching TV, playing games. There's money allocated or dedicated for the crew where we can choose how do we want to spend it in order to buy entertainment and whatnot.
Okay, great. Also maybe, for those who are watching who might be interested in like a marine career or maybe thinking about joining the Navy, is there any advice you would give to those students that might be thinking about it?
Sorry, could you say that again?
What advice would you give to students who might be interested in a marine career or maybe joining the Navy?
I'd say look into what you want to do. There's so many wide careers that you can go into, and they'll also have training paths for you if you want to leave the Navy. Find your passion and stick with it. It'll help you even if you want to leave.
Okay, fantastic. And I understand the QR code on your screen. Is that helpful at all for students?
So the QR code will put you in touch with a Navy member in Ottawa who will help you ask questions, help you decide on if the Navy is a good career choice for you or if you just want further information.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Well, before we take some questions from students, I understand you brought a video, so we'll show that in a sec. I guess it maybe shows a little bit kind of behind the scenes at your role. So let's have a look at that. Let's see how that goes.
Hi there, I'm Sailor Second Class Drake McNeil, proudly serving aboard HMCS Fredericton, and I'm going to show you a bit of what I do in a day. As a Naval Combat Information Operator, my job is to detect, identify, disseminate, and communicate information. My goal is to identify and track a contact before they even know we're there. Here we have the system populating a contact. So our first step will be to make it unknown, just so anyone else watching will see we've taken a look at this. We will detect contacts based off of all our sensors, be that from the radars, both our surface search and air search, as well as LISRA, our electronic detection suite, and visual sensors being the eyes from the ridge. So my next step will be to verify whether this is real. Currently we have tracking on our radar. I will currently ask my electronic warfare suite, see if they have anything. We have intelligence saying that there's hostiles towards the north, and we have a fast-moving contact at 40,000 feet coming in at 500 knots. That's indicative of an aircraft coming in.
Heads up, north! Bogey 030.
So from there, time is of the essence in order to get our response going, and yelling heads up gets everyone's attention, shocks everyone into getting ready for the upcoming situation. I chose to be a Naval Combat Information Operator because I got to do a little bit of everything, working with everyone in the operations trade. My choices and information provided make an impact on what's going on here and now. I have my finger on the pulse of operations. I get to see everything that's going on and gets the adrenaline going.
All right, very cool video. Really neat to see all that different technology you work with. It's really quite impressive. So thanks for sharing that. So we've got some questions that we can ask you here from the chat. First question for you: what's the most unusual or memorable situation you've experienced while serving in the Navy?
Probably the most memorable is just the weather that you'll see out there, whether it be from the northern lights when you're sailing north. Last year, we were sailing aboard Charlottetown, just off of Reykjavik, and the volcano erupted. And it was the middle of the day, but there was so much ash that the sun looked like the moon. So moments like that are really memorable.
Very cool. Okay, that's really neat. All right. Another question here. Do you ever get to see interesting wildlife or marine environments while out on the water?
We get a little bit of more privilege than other marine careers as we have the sonar department on board. So not only can we see dolphins and whales come up to the surface, but we can also get to listen in on them and all the sounds they get to make. Even stuff like crabs on the seafloor, you can hear that too.
You can hear crabs on the seafloor. That's amazing. Okay, really cool. All right. Oh, I see we have a class that can join us as well. Maybe we'll come to them in a second. They can turn their mic on. Okay. I'll just ask you one more question here from the chat. What's your favorite place you visited on a mission you've been a part of, or during your time with the Navy?
I really like the United Kingdom. Edinburgh is a beautiful city, as well as Lisbon, Portugal is also very beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah, Portugal. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, let me bring, we have a class on screen here we can bring on, see if they have some questions for you. This looks like Tassus. Oh yes, from Captain Mears School in BC. So let's say hi to these guys. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, it's crazy hair day. And I have a cold, and the school doesn't start for half an hour, so I don't have any students yet.
Great. Did you have any questions for Drake?
I don't. I have a student who really, really is interested in the Navy, and is not here yet. So I will have him do the stuff, or all of my kids do the stuff a bit later. But are there any things that can have happened to you, or that you can have done in the past, that would preclude you from joining the Navy?
Yeah, good question.
There'll be medical exemptions for certain things. But really, no, it's a pretty open process, even if you have a criminal record, as long as you've had your time done and whatnot. But that's mostly a question that recruitment will be able to answer better than I can anyways.
He's only 14, so I don't think that will be much of an issue.
Level, right? So.
Okay. No, that's great. I'm really sorry that he wasn't able to make it. It's just early here. There's our windows to the outside.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, he can watch the recording. If you see, there's a QR code there as well on the screen. You can scan that and get in contact with someone from the Navy to.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome. He would like that.
Okay, fantastic.
He's very keen.
Good to hear. Right, well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Okay, great. All right. So one more question for you, and we can go to the Kahoot. So yeah, just about technology. Could you maybe talk a bit more about the specific technology you work with on the ship?
Yeah, so there's a lot of sensors on the ship. It's always gathering information. We have the surface search radar, which is focused more on everything on the surface level. We'll have an air search radar that's more dedicated towards everything that's in the air. We have LISRO, as I said in the video, which is our electronic warfare suite. They're picking up all of these emissions that the radar puts out. It specifically looks for those. So it can tell exactly what kind of radar it is, the direction it's coming from, even things that aren't radars and still making electronic emissions will be able to be picked up by that. The sonar, that's focused on everything under the water. Can find marine mammals, ships, even things on the surface. Some sensors that I'm not allowed to talk about, but that's the fun part of my job, is we get to push the bleeding edge of technology. We're always evolving, and we're always bringing new things on board.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's great. Thanks for all that info. So let's pop this Kahoot on the screen here. We've already got someone logged in. Yeah, I put the. Let me just put it in the chat as well. I see we've got a few more actually questions from the chat, so we can leave that up while we answer some of these. Oh, Wow, quite a few questions here. Okay, so maybe we'll come back to that, Kahoot, in a second. So here's a question: what pushed you to join the Navy? Is a question we have here.
Not really one specific thing, but just the whole package in general. There's doing a field that I find passionate in, being able to train in multiple different fields. That's part of the reason why I like Naval Combat Information Operator, is it's such a jack of all trades for the operations room, and I get to work with everyone. I still get to do the general duties of a seaman. I can handle the lines, be sentry for the upper decks. I got to do the whole package.
Okay, that's great. Okay, another question for you. How long are you deployed each time?
That'll always depend on our mission and what we need to achieve. The typical standard for a deployment will be 6 months.
Okay, 6 months on, 6 months off. Sort of. Is that how that works?
Well, time off, that's all going to depend on the schedule as well. But
okay,
the standard is around 6 months.
Okay, that's great. And how many crew members are on your vessel?
That also just depends on what our goal is. We can have more crew than what we need. Like they can put extra cots down in order to add more beds to the ship. We can have less crew if need be. I'm not too sure off the top of my head what the standard is for that number, though.
Okay. And I got one more question, which is, have you ever seen an octopus?
No, I have not.
Okay. Yeah, it's their favorite animal, so they're just wondering if you've seen one. Great. Okay. Well, if there's any other questions from the audience, feel free to share them. We can still maybe answer a few more, but yeah. Let's. Why don't we put that Kahoot back up? We've got a few more joining us here, and we can get that going. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a student. Okay, our teacher with a keen student is back, so maybe we can let's bring him back. And I think they really want to ask you some questions, so let's bring them back here on stage here.
Okay.
Hello again. Yes, you got your keen student.
Hey. I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
What is the difference between the Navy and the Marines?
So you're probably thinking U.S. Marine Corps, and they're more the invading force of their Navy. We don't really have such a thing in our Navy.
Mm.
Yeah, they're sort of, the Marines are they're sort of amphibious, right? Like they work sort of on water or on land, whereas the Navy is just on water generally, right? That's it. Yeah. Good question. Do you have other questions?
Yeah, actually.
Sure.
How many vessels do you guys normally use?
So currently we have 3 classes of ship. We have what we call the MCDVs, which is the coastal patrol boats. They specialize in clearing mines from water. Then we have the frigates, which are our main combatant ship. That's HMCS Fredericton. They're the all-around workhorse of our Navy. And we have the new ship, which is Arctic patrol vessels, and they're to patrol our northern waters, but they can go anywhere.
Very cool. Anything else?
Yeah, actually, I have a few more questions.
Go for it.
Are any of your vessels designed for war?
Of course, that's what the frigate's main purpose is.
Yeah, basically all.
And one last question.
Sure.
How old do you have to be to join the Navy?
Well, you can join at a younger age as well if you want to join the cadets. Once you become of legal age, you'll be able to join full-time on your own. You can also join below legal age if you have your parents' consent.
So at 14, I could join with my guardian's permission?
I believe so. That's a question that a recruiter can answer much better than I can, as well as the person that's on the QR code above me.
Yeah, I think your teacher scanned it, so yeah, you can reach out to someone at the Navy there and find out for sure. But should be able to join cadets at your age.
Well, I mean, I'm in kind of cadets. I'm in Junior Canadian Rangers.
Okay, great, fantastic. Well,
That's all we have in TASIS. That's their only option. So,
right. Okay. Great. Well, glad we could connect, and thanks for your questions. Whoops. Hold on. Wrong person there. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Well, Drake, thanks for answering those questions. So we do have some time here for the Kahoot. So let me have one last look. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get this going. So shouldn't be too difficult. We got 4 questions for you on the Navy. All right, so first question. What is one of the main roles of the Royal Canadian Navy? Operating passenger ferries, delivering mail, managing fish permits, or protecting Canada's coasts and waters? Okay, good. All right, most of you got that one right. Glad everyone got that for the most part. Got Dandy Bison in the lead. All right, next question. The Royal Canadian Navy is part of which larger organization? So we have the Canadian Coast Guard, Canadian Armed Forces, Fisheries and Oceans Canada, and Transport Canada. So, yeah, I think this was mentioned. It was on the video as well, but yeah, the Navy is part of the Armed Forces. A little trickier, but we got some movement here. Zippy Lemming has taken the lead. Question 3. What types of missions does the Royal Canadian Navy take part in around the world? So we have space exploration, humanitarian and security missions, boat races, or cargo shipping. All right, a bit similar to the first one. Okay, very good. Still, most students are doing well here. Okay, Zippy Lemming still in the lead. We got one more question for you. What quality is most important for success in the Navy, according to many sailors? So, never giving up, being the loudest, working alone, knowing every answer right away. All right. Great. Never giving up. A good quality and good lesson for really any job, but in particular the Navy. So never give up. Build resilience. So congratulations, Mystical Dolphin, 3rd place, Adorable Kitten, 2nd place, and our winner today is Zippy Lemming. Congratulations. You know your stuff, so well done. Great. All right. Well, that about wraps things up. Before we go, just a few things should mention here. So first of all, thank you, Drake, for being here, for sharing your insights, your stories and experiences as well. So very, inspiring to hear, you talk about things you do in your journey. So thanks a lot for doing this. Should thank as well the Royal Canadian Navy for supporting Marine Month and helping us bring this event to classrooms across Canada. Again, you can scan that QR code to get in contact with someone at the Navy to find out more. You can also go to forces.ca as well to get more info on the Navy. I want to also highlight the website of our partner, the Canadian Marine Careers Foundation, so imaginemarine.ca. So you can visit there for more resources and information on getting a foot in the door in the marine industry, and more info on all kinds of different jobs in the careers in different careers in the marine industry, including the Navy as well. And then finally, I'll just pull up our website. So Marine Month on Canadian Geographic Education website. You can visit there for get learning resources connected to each of these events that we've been showing throughout the month. You can also get recordings of past events as well, and you can register for upcoming events. So we have one more event tomorrow, and that would be the last one for this this year's Marine Month program. So be sure to check that out. And just one more thing to say, which is thank you to all our students and teachers for joining us today on screen and in the chat. So thanks for your questions and curiosity, and hope we gave you some new insight into Canada's marine industry. So keep an eye out for the presentation tomorrow. Otherwise, thanks again, Drake, and we'll see everyone at the next one. So take care.
Thanks again for your invite. It's an honor to be here.
All right, thanks a lot. Take care.